a little break from commentary here. Oh, no, really any particular reason, just haven't. And I am back again here with everybody's Gone to the Rapture. And I am getting mighty sick of this game. I don't know what I did wrong. I was wandering for about 3 hours last night trying to get the stupid orb of light to move over by a swimming pool further on in the level. I actually reloaded a previous
So he
save.
managed to get the transfer to the observatory then?
Well, this Catherine woman must have swung it. Now he says they're getting married before they come back. It's typical. Why can't he just wait till he's home?
Are you gonna go?
Goodness, no.
And I kind of
They'll be
feel
full
like
of
an idiot.
her
I don't
people.
believe I got this in last night. I
Expect
think
they
I
do
actually
things
just solved my
differently.
problem.
You wanna come in for a cup of tea?
Oh,
You know what?
I
I'm
don't
not even
think so.
taking that chance there.
Christ's sake, woman, it's been 8 months. Won't you just come in and talk?
well, you didn't want to talk when Mary was still alive. You and Charlie Tate out drowning your sorrows when you should have been at home nursing your wife.
You can be a nasty old bird, Wendy Boyles.
Frank Appleton, you come back here and say that again. Our mother always said you were a bad egg. You'll come a cropper, you mark my words.
I don't know what the cropper is. I'm assuming he is a cropper, considering he probably works on the farm. But anyway, today's rendition was brought to you by Canada Dry. Not because I'm sponsored by them, but that's because that's what I'm drinking. I think I put myself way back farther than I intended. But you know what? I don't even care because I would much rather do everything all over again and have it done right than whatever the heck happened last night. I'm so mad about that. Very frustrating.
There you go.
Thanks, Frank. Let's get it out of the way. I don't know what happened. It just died on me.
Give it another go.
Oh, I only just put petrol in it as well. Robert's taken the other car into town. I wish he'd get back. He promised me that he'd be back this morning.
You think he's off on another bender?
Oh, I can't police him all the time, Frank. He's not a child.
What's going on, Lizzie?
Nothing.
You're seeing Stephen again, aren't you? You two can't keep pithering on like this. If Robert hasn't already worked it out, he soon will.
Oh, not if he carries on drinking the way he is. Shit. Pardon my French, but bloody shitting thing. Why won't it start?
Come on, I'll give you a lift.
She just used what's commonly British profanity and said, "Pardon my French." There's something wrong off with that. Also, I'd like to note that I do apologize if there's any audio issues. I tried to turn down the music, but there's no setting to turn down the music, so great. Yeah, this is. I do think I'm a little ways back from the area I was in yesterday, maybe even the whole chapter. Which I did back up that save if need be, but I'm glad I just go through it. Again, time.
Frank, for God's sake, stop!
Keep back, you bastard. I know what you've done.
Where's Lizzie? Where is she? I've got to find her.
You stay away. Someone's got to warn them. Someone's got to stop it.
You can't stop it. You have to understand. You hate me, I get that. But if we don't do this, it's not just the valley, it's everything, Frank. It's all gone.
You're talking bollocks.
You can't stop it! Jesus!
You take one step closer, I'll bash your bloody skull in, I swear to God.
All right, I'm going. And if you see Lizzie, Tell her to get out. There's still time. Please, Frank. For her, not me.
If you're that bloody caring, you can save her yourself.
Don't you get it? I have to stay. Someone has to be here to confirm that everyone is dead.
Oh, that's quite morbid. Okay. Where did the mystical light that I hate oh so much go? I don't know. Oh, great, saving. Okay, guess I'm gonna follow this path to over the river and through the woods there. Okay. I don't believe I got to the windmill. Was the game glitched because I skipped a whole chunk of exposition that I was supposed to get? I'm really confused. Or did I make it to I don't even remember anymore. That's how unremarkable this game is. I'm really not digging this game. It's... Ah, yeah, I was here. Okay, great. How far away am I from Ocean? I'm gonna call it Oceanside. Lakeside. Okay, I was close. Not very far, so hopefully we can speed things up a bit here. I still feel the urge to explore, even though I've long since given up on really doing anything with the bare minimum in this, so I still feel compelled. And I'll get shoved away by this gate. Okay, that is the Oceanside community, or excuse me, Lakeside community I'm creeping up on now, so this must be a backwoods path. And I guess it's time to bring up the first topic I wanted to bring up. That being, oh, there's going to be a cutscene, or not really a cutscene, but we'll call it dialogue. Oh, so much.
Mrs. Graves! Lizzie, Mrs. Graves!
Rachel? Hey, what on earth's going on?
It's been awful. The thunder and the lightning and all the power went out and everyone was in the hall, so I told them all to stay put. But then Sean Davis said he wasn't going to be told what to do by a stupid bloody girl and went out for a cigarette. And then didn't come back. And then Di, she went out after him and she didn't come back either.
Where's Dylan? Was he with Sean and Di?
No, I'd be looking after him. Do you think they'll come back?
I don't know, Rachel.
I don't care what anyone thinks. I just know if he was my baby, I could never leave him.
That's a little
Even
backhanded.
if the whole world was coming to an end, I'd make sure he came first.
Oh, that's really backhanded.
Good mum, Rachel. Oh, don't worry. It's fine. Go back inside and tell everyone that they're doing a great job. A really wonderful job. I just got a few things to finish up here, and then I'll come in and join you all.
Right.
Go on.
Hey, we don't have enough money to pay for a graphics game, so we're just gonna put ribbons on light and pretend like people. Great idea, Jim! Holy unremarkable. I feel like the game's just dragging out everything. I don't know. Okay, so 1, 2, 3 infinity, 4 infinity symbols. Okay, so let me just cross reference the picture of the map I took last
to help
night.
contain the outbreak of influenza. Please remain calm and indoors.
Let's see here.
Local community leaders, head teachers, scoutmasters, and members of the clergy will
Oh,
act as your
okay, I
representatives during
deleted
this
the
period.
picture.
Be sure
I
to
was so
report
angry
any
at this
symptoms
last
of
night,
illness.
I must have deleted it. Let me check my cloud storage now to see if that's there. Otherwise, I might have kind of shot myself in the foot. Alright, it is not in my cloud. Alright, never mind. I have nothing to compare this to. Great! Okay, let's walk 5 feet to the next piece of exposition.
Oi, Shipley, I want a word with you.
What?
Get over here, soft lad, and keep your voice down. Do you know who I am?
Yeah? You work for Meg Holloway?
Charlie Tate. You can call me Charlie.
What's this about, Charlie?
Rachel Baker.
What about her?
Oh, come on, son, I wasn't born yesterday. Are you looking to get your head kicked in?
She's 16. She's not a kid.
You try telling her that. Just be careful, that's all.
That's messed up. This is seemingly a very small community, and somehow these two guys didn't know each other. Well, the one... Alright. Let's walk 10 feet to the next piece of glowy exposition, where the developers were too cheap to actually put in character models. Alright, right here is where we're going to go, right? Oh, no. Yes, no, yes. Make up your mind, you stupid piece of exposition. Right. Okay. Oh, great. We are experiencing technical difficulties. Even better. Alright, are we back? Or are we... Okay, let's double check our connection status here. I am now talking in the second person, I believe. Okay, I think I need to mute my volume so I don't get feedback here. Okay, we're good. Alright, back to the stupid exposition-y ball of light. Great. Alright, right. You're having me go in a circle? Okay, I'm going in here. How about that? I'm just gonna go in here.
Don't touch it. It's fine.
It's like a sunburn,
And
but it's a
more
funny shape. Is it sore?
I can't feel
ribbon
it at all,
dancing
but fuss
character.
over
I
it.
can't believe that you left Kate there. Why won't you tell me what happened?
She's probably not even noticed I've gone. It's really nothing.
You're lying. Don't lie to me.
Fine. We had a row. She'll work all night anyway.
Stephen, listen to me. Was there an accident? Is that how your face got burnt?
It's nothing.
I
Something.
was hanging out with one of Negan's wives.
It's gotta
He
be
held that
shaken
iron
up
to my
and
face, but
reformed.
it's not important.
She wanted to stay and collect more data.
Was she burnt as well? Is everything all right?
Jesus, Liz, are you sleeping with me or her? She's fine. We're both fine. I don't want to talk about her. I came here to see you.
I just worry.
Well, don't. Come to bed.
Alright, so again, really teeny tiny community. Everyone lives in trailers, and it wasn't completely obvious that these two were screwing around with each other. I don't get it. And cue the obnoxiously loud music. And another save point. Great. I might not even get to discuss the thing that I put in the video title if I keep getting exposition every 5 feet. Can I talk here too? Of course. Oh no, you're gonna have me go over here. Yep, 2 feet to the left. You know, I know I'm gonna wind up on that tennis court. I'm just going in there. Right.
It's just been on the radio
Yep.
that they're closing the roads. Something about the flu?
No one here has flu, Sean. There's no flu here. I overheard Mrs. Graves, and she said another family of Upton left. She said they must have left last night, but their car and all their stuff's
I
still
thought there
here.
was someone else there.
Screw this day. There's 15 people up and left in 2 days. I don't like it. Where's the baby?
Asleep in the caravan.
Oh, that's
Sean,
safe. That's a good
I
spot
don't want
for
to sit
him.
around here waiting for it to get worse. I reckon if we leave now, we can get out of the valley before they get their acts together and close the roads.
You think so?
Yeah, we can go the back roads. Through the woods. I'll leave some money on the side for Mrs. Graves. You know her husband isn't back yet either.
He's a boozer, right? That's what I've heard. That's her problem anyway.
Don't be unkind, Sean.
Come on, let's go and get Dylan.
If I was forced to live in the village with you guys, I'd be a boozer too. And I gotta go over there and more stupid story. Okay, so anyway, the whole thing I wanted to discuss today was,
I think it was instant.
Oh, for...
I know that's no help.
Can you leave me alone?
There was nothing we could do. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry, Pat.
You've woken the baby. Just leave me
Oh,
alone.
way to go,
I'm
Charlie.
Sorry.
Well, you said he was sorry. That was so worth it. So, in the news today, well, not today, but recently, Toys R Us announced it was filing for bankruptcy and all of its stores will be closing. Which, I mean, for my, generation, the 18 to 30 generation, that's, kind of like, oh, our childhood's dying. But then I thought of it a little bit more, and really, Toys R Us caused, like, my parents and, their earlier, the generation that grew up in, like, the 50s, the 60s, and 70s, it caused their childhood to die, because stores like Toys R Us and, KB Toy Works and Kmart, and, the big box stores in general, they caused all the local mom and pop toy stores to die out. And, and close down and go out of business. So really that was an end of an era for, the older generations. Yeah, great, I gotta go over there. And it's actually, this might be a good thing. Because now with these gaps that are left open, I mean, granted, will always be Amazon and online retailers, which was partially a nail in the coffin, probably the biggest nail in the coffin of Toys R Us and everyone, but this might make room after these mistakes. Seemingly. Messages? No message, yes.
And you found it like this?
Yeah? I got into the habit of checking in first thing in the morning just to make sure he's had his pills.
Mr. Coles is not a well man, Elizabeth. It's entirely possible he upped and wandered off. If things progressed...
Tiny community, nobody
mind
saw
can
him
be a
wander
fragile
off.
thing,
He's just not very like him, that's all I'm saying, Doctor.
There's
He
literally a
never
trailer
misses the mid-morning bingo.
across the way
didn't
and
smoke.
across the way, and nobody
Not
saw
that I
him.
knew of.
There's
Nobody
a
at
funny...
all.
It's like ash.
Well, that is odd. Reese cleaned in here yesterday afternoon. I'll have to have a word.
It's not like cigarette ash. Strange.
Dr. Wade, there's just been a phone call. We need it back at the village. Apparently Mrs. Barton has disappeared.
There's no phone in here. Is there another one? No, it's going away. As I was saying, this might actually cause a resurgence in locally owned stores. Because there's one thing that these local, smaller stores can offer that Toys R Us couldn't. Granted, Amazon, and other online retailers do offer this. And this that I'm speaking of is an opinion, or a review, or some sort of expertise. Because at these big box stores like Toys R Us, oftentimes the people that work there are overworked, underpaid, understaffed, and they have little to no knowledge of the product that they're selling. And oftentimes they're actually given a speech to think of, or, in cases like Walmart and stuff, Walmart and Target and, these big box stores, they might not even have any knowledge at all, and they might not even work in that department. They just might simply be there because they need a body there. So, you can ask them, like, hey, how's everybody's Gone to the Rapture? Like, oh, looks like a good game. Well, guess what? It's not. But, unless somebody's actually played it, you wouldn't know that. Like, take for instance, I'm gonna finish this thought, then take for instance GameStop. When GameStop was, still EB Games, I remember, I worked there long ago, and everybody who worked there, for the most part, had a knowledge of video games. And they could say, well, you can walk in and say, I really like horror games. Like, oh, you like horror games? Well, there's Silent Hill. There's Haunting Ground. There's, plenty of games that they could recommend. Now you walk into a GameStop and it's so corporatized that you say, well, I can offer you the the Insider Club card, and if you subscribe to that, and then I can offer you a cell phone. And it's like, no, do you even play games? Like, no. They have no knowledge anymore. They're simply a salesperson, simply a body to occupy that counter. And more after this. I think. You want me to go into tennis school? Yeah. Or soccer.
Yeah, it is.
Football.
Never seen anything like it. They must be well happy at the observatory place.
They're probably all partying there right now. This is right, boss.
It is. Right. That's me. Short leash. Kids up half a night, bloody teething. Missus will kill me if I'm gone too long. Good night, mate.
Night.
That was really worth it. So, yeah, as I was saying, there's that knowledge of the product base really isn't there anymore for these, big box, Toys R Us. If you go to Toys R Us and say, hey, I have a toddler, 3 years old, I'm looking for an age-appropriate toy that also has an educational... You can't do that. They're like, check aisle 5. They don't know. Although, I'm sure you could type that into Google right now and you'll get 60 different results. We live on, it's such a, grand scale of merchandise available that it's really impossible for a store with that much product really to have any sort of skill set. But that's where these specialized local store, locally owned, locally operated stores can come in. Like, for instance, I have a local comic shop. Fantastic comic shop. It just opened within the past 3 years. Business is booming. Why? It's because the people that work there and the owners love comics. I could go in there tomorrow and say, hey, I'm looking for a comic that my grandmother might like. They'll give me a stack of, throwback 50s comics. It's, it's their livelihood. It's in their blood. If you, cut them, they'll bleed ink. It's simply, something that you can't get if you were to go into Barnes & Noble and ask for a comic book. You're just going to get some squeaky-voiced teen telling you to look in aisle 6.
You shouldn't be smoking, not in your condition.
It's Stephen's fault. He got me started again.
As you're sitting by a
I'm not
fire.
going to try and stop you, but the weather's looking pretty rough. There's a storm coming.
Winter is coming.
He said he'll meet me, but there's things he has to do first. He seems to think that all of this is connected to him. I don't know. I'm going anyway, whether he comes or not.
I'm assuming Stephen has thought of a way through the quarantine.
Well, he's clever. You gotta give him that.
Do you trust him, though?
Well, I love him. So I'd hope that was good enough.
I hope so, too. Listen, if you can't get through, for whatever reason, I'm getting people together at the village hall, rounding up stragglers, that sort of thing.
Yeah, I've got all the campers together here, doing a show. Peter Pan. The kids love it. It'll take their minds off things.
They know the way.
Did you see that?
I missed it. But, so, I mean, that would be great if, from the ashes of Toys R Us rises, an advent of the mom and pop shop again. I think that would be great, and a great, punctuation on the life of Toys R Us. Now, let's see I'm sure, that's cyclical. I'm sure big box toy stores and big box department stores will rise again at some point. But, the thing is, though, is there's no way to scale that expertise up. There's no way to you know, really, you can't make people be passionate about things. People just are. You know, I'm sure there, you know, any given town has a really popular local anything, but it's impossible to scale that up. You can't make people do that. And I just climbed on top of a bush. But that's really my, 2 cents on that. As sad as I am to see Toys R Us go, the beginning of hopefully something great. And now, while I look for the stupid ball of light, I'd like to move on to the Nintendo Switch, which is far more popular than I had foresawn. I still think it sucks. I still think it's gimmicky. I still think it lacks any real potential, and it's just simply Nintendo capitalizing off of the, oh, look, shiny thing marketing. You know, I still haven't seen any kind of addressing of the lack of memory. I still, haven't really seen any must-have game. Yeah, Breath of the Wild looks great, but, looked at it, it's not really the Zelda I grew up with. I mean, it seems like how 10 years ago, every game wanted to be sandbox, Grand Theft Auto style. Now, every game wants to be open world, Skyrim style. A good example of that would be Assassin's Creed Origins. Great game, it's completely like any other Assassin's Creed, but it fits that Skyrim addiction node, so more,
Di, whatever's wrong? You look
more
terrible.
Mrs. Graves.
Sean, baby Dylan's he alright?
He's fine. Di, come on.
It's okay. Let's get you a cup of tea.
Mrs. Graves, I need to tell you.
Leave it, Di.
Do you try and get out of the valley? All the roads are shut there.
I know, I was driving really fast, but the other car was on the wrong side of the road, and, oh God, I think
Di, for fuck's sake, leave it.
Oh.
It's alright.
You're a little testy there, are we?
You're alright. Sean's alright. Baby Dylan's alright. That is what matters. Everyone's alright. No. Now I need your help. Some of the children, they're getting quite frightened. So Rachel and I, we decided to push forward the show, keep them occupied. You said the other night you play piano. Can you help with that?
Yes, I suppose so, but Mr. Graves, Rob
can look after himself. He's a big boy now. Don't worry. Just head to the hall and find Rachel. She'll tell you what needs practicing.
Okay, thank you, Mrs. Graves.
And Sean, go and find Reese, please. See if he needs some help.
Yeah, of course.
Go on.
Oh, Robert.
But yeah, as I was saying, so the popular theme now just seems to be to emulate Skyrim. So to me, I haven't played it because I haven't, but Breath of the Wild seems to be Skyrim just with Zelda tacked onto it. For me, the deal breaker is breakable weapons. It's never been a feature of the Zelda series. And I will admit, I'm just waiting for them to make Ocarina of Time, but just bigger and better. Because, as we all know, Ocarina of Time was cut short, and a lot of content was cut out of it. Sky Temple. I mean, there's conspiracy theories have been floating around the internet for years about what Ocarina of Time was originally meant to be. And I've said it before, this Master Quest that they got is simply not at all.
She's not in her office either.
Well, they live nearby, don't they?
Yeah, in the village.
You don't think she's gone to look for Mr. Graves, do you?
I think Lizzie knows Robert will turn up when he's sober. He'll be alright.
Do you want me to go and look for her?
No, it's okay. Come on, I promised the kids another shot the last number, then I promised everyone a cup of tea.
You're very like her, like Lizzie.
Me?
Pacing and
no, I'm
sequencing.
not. First chance I get, I'm out of here.
I'm having a hard time following.
This is a public service announcement from Haverton District Council
Probably the
Emergency
third
Measures
or
Committee.
fourth walking
Roller
simulator
rail
I've
closures are being
played.
implemented to help contain the outbreak of influenza. Please remain
Okay,
calm.
Gone Home. I played Gone Home a while ago.
Local community leaders,
Really
head
good.
teachers, scoutmasters, and members of the
Datura,
clergy
PS3.
will act as your representatives during this
By far
period.
the most
Be sure to
fragmented
report
and
any symptoms of illness.
disjointed one I've played so far. I'm just having a hard time finding the proper flow to it. But, I'll get back to the Switch. I think I got a couple minutes. No. Of course, the exposition in the story is going to get in the way of my dialogue here. So after this one, I think I have a little bit till the next orb. So I'll be able to say my next piece.
Hello, Catherine.
It's Kate. Elizabeth?
Lizzie.
It's Eliza. Oh, okay.
I've heard a lot about you.
That's
It's
fine.
good, you know, you and him. It's not difficult or anything.
Should it be?
I'm sorry?
You said it wasn't difficult. I don't see why it would be difficult. You and Stephen were together a long time ago. He moved away. It certainly isn't difficult for me.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend you or...
Well, I'm not offended. Listen, Elizabeth...
Lizzie, please.
Lizzie. Right. You seem like an okay type of person. And I'm not trying to be rude, I promise. But let's try and be realistic here, huh?
You know you're in a restricted
Let's,
area, right?
Try and do our best. That's a British thing, right?
Yeah, yeah. I suppose it is. We'll do our best then.
No, hanging on in quiet desperation is the English way. But, yeah, I feel like they're deviating too far from what Zelda is and really right here is and was. It's, I mean, granted, each game's iteration was a deviation, but I feel like just with each game they've kept it since Ocarina of Time, which was, you know, you know, just one of the greatest games of all time. So, I mean, really, that was the last true Zelda game. Then, you know, with Majora's Mask, and then, you know, that was a little bit of a deviation, another step away, and then Wind Waker was a huge step, and then Skyward Sword was a little bit of a step back to, back to form, and then Breath of the Wild, or I'm getting them mixed up again, Skyward Sword, and it just, I feel like it's deviated too far away, and the Lights that was the original, you know, the core games in the series is, you know, not visible anymore. Alright, and okay, I'm getting a little anxious here because this is where my orb was originally stuck. And it looks like I might be in the clear. Oh. Don't stop, keep going, keep going. But that's just Zelda. I mean, but that's just supposedly supposed to be the system seller. You know, and I mean, granted, it was, but it's also on the Wii U. So I mean, I'm gonna wait till it goes on sale, which is Nintendo games don't ever go on sale unless they're going, you know, being discontinued or out of print or whatever, which is another rant for another day. But yeah, it's always the same. Super Mario Odyssey seems super gimmicky and another deviation from what made it, you know, popular. And I just feel like they're just relying too much on nostalgia and gimmicks. It's the same as the Wii. You know, the controller, they feel unnatural in my hands. Shouldn't have to spend $80 just to get a controller that fits in my hand. I already did that with the Wii U. I'm not doing it again. You know, not to mention that it's just a cheap knockoff the Xbox 360 controller. But I am stuck. There we go. And, yeah, I just don't feel like it's progressing the Nintendo brand at all. It's Is this light gonna be here, or am I gonna have to backtrack again? It's here, alright. I can finally move on in the story after wandering 3 hours. But, yeah, the Switch, it's just not a progression. It's a sidestep or even a backstep. You know, the controllers are tiny. They still haven't learned their lesson from the same mistakes that they've been making with the GameCube. You know, that was lackluster because they refused the online play. The discs were incredibly, there's so many flaws with the GameCube, even though it was under the hood the most powerful system. The Wii, the only reason the Wii succeeded was the whole motion controlled gimmick and the casual gamer market. If it wasn't for that, the Wii would have failed, and I just activated that almost. And then, the Wii U, terrible failure. If it wasn't for the 3DS, I don't feel like Nintendo would do it. I still feel like they should call it a day, go third party. That's still my opinion. I really haven't found any sound reasoning as why the Switch is a competitive console. It seems, if they're trying to make it seem like a portable console, it's not. It's way too darn big to take anywhere. It's just not portable. Not to mention the fact that it's a $300 system. I'm not going to go on this. I mean, like taking my phone out in public transportation, let alone a $300 video game console. Forget about it. It's not feasible. And why is it not? There we go. No. I still haven't bought one. I don't plan on buying one. Color me a hypocrite if I do buy one.
Sleeping baby, darling child, clouds and starlight, starlight, starlight. When you wake, you will be mine. Starlight, sleep and love. Sleeping baby, shadow dust.
Alright, more Dan.
When we're called to go, we must. In starlight, sleep.
She's gonna keep repeating this, isn't she? Okay, well, I think that's what I'm actually gonna... Nope. Yeah, it's gonna progress as I walk. Nope, we're not.
I'll be alright. You should get some sleep, Charlie. You look exhausted. That's it. Sleep.
Okay, I think I'm actually gonna pause it here. That's all for my commentary. I'm gonna probably continue this until the end. I'm gonna try to get this over with, just because I am not a big fan of this. If you like what I'm doing, let me know in the comments. If you don't like what I'm doing, let me know in the comments, and let me know why. In fact, if you like what I'm doing, let me know what I'm doing good, let me know what I'm doing wrong. Try to change my mind on the Switch. I'm always open to input on that, but don't see myself changing my mind, but try to do it anyway. Again, until next time.